Welcome to the desert of the real.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Zaida, and I'm calling from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Saida, my sister.
You know who I am.
I know exactly who you are, and I'm so happy. This is what I've been waiting for. The voice of reason.
You've been waiting for the truth?
That's right. Well, I'm going to ask it first. I'm going to ask the first question.
Go ahead.
Why isn't consciousness sexy?
Consciousness is not sexy because nobody wants to be held accountable. Women don't want to be held accountable, and just to clear all of that, women or men think about sex more than the other. We probably think about sex at the same rate, because women think about sex all the time. We just have a little bit more self-control than men. I mean, that's the honest truth. Mm-hmm. But consciousness is not sexy because a conscious person, and I see a lot of people in the chat room is asking what exactly is consciousness. Consciousness is having a knowledge of self. If you don't know who you are, then you're not conscious. You are basically unconscious. And a lot of our people do not know who we are.
Right.
So if I come to you, I mean, I was telling you earlier this week or maybe last week, I had about almost 600 friends on Facebook. I put out some conscious material as my status, and I'm now down to 200 friends because guess what? People don't want to deal with taking accountability for what they're doing, how they're doing it, and what they're teaching their children. We're not going to go anywhere if we're not teaching our children who they are, who our people were before we came over here, who we can be. Mm-hmm. We're not going to go anywhere. That's why we're in the state that we are now. I mean, we might as well still be in slavery, because our minds are still dead to consciousness, to our consciousness, to who we are. So we might as well still be in slavery.
Let me build on what you said about the Facebook. You mean 400 people?
400 people.
Left?
Yes.
Wow. What did you put up?
I put up there that there is no spirit God floating around in the sky.
Uh-oh. That
was my Facebook status. There is no spirit God floating around in the sky.
Uh-oh.
And I'm not afraid to say it here, outside, on Facebook, on MySpace, because if there's no spirit God floating around the sky. I just came from Vegas. I flew there. I was on 2 planes going, one coming back. I didn't see nobody up in the sky. I saw other planes. I saw some clouds. There's no spirit God in the sky. I mean, we need to come to terms with that.
Amen. Ra.
I mean, plain and simple. And when I tell you you had about 60 some odd posts on yours, I think I had about 41, 45 posts. And when I tell you within 2 to 3 days, my friends, quote unquote friends, dropped about 400.
Wow.
Yes, because nobody wants to deal with it. Nobody wants to say, this is what it is. Nobody wants to, because if I tell you that you are God, guess what? That means that you can't put off all the BS that you've been doing on somebody else. You have to take responsibility for what you are doing. That's why.
Wow.
That's why people don't want it. That's why people are okay to say, oh, I believe in somebody outside of myself. Let me tell you something. You know who wakes me up in the morning? I wake me up in the morning because I set the alarm the night before. Plain and simple.
And if that don't go off, you got your internal alarm.
Hello. Exactly. I have had people tell me that I have my degree in architecture. Mm-hmm. God gave me that degree. No, I bust my ass to get that degree. Then why did I go to class? If God could just give it to me, I didn't need to go to class.
So they treating God like Santa Claus.
Yeah, pretty much.
So then
pretty much.
In essence, God is a psychological disorder.
Yes, God is.
Wow.
And the reason why we are so happy to believe that God is someone outside of ourselves is because we have low self-esteem. And we got that through slavery. We are still slaves.
Mm. Okay. So, well, you pretty much touched on the other question, too, about the cerebral aspect and don't think about sex as much as men. But more specifically, what's the reason why sisters in general are attracted to the sex and relationship topics and not the cultural, social, economic, and political issues?
Because, like I said, if you have to talk about social, economic situations, you have to say that this is the reason why I'm not where I want to be. And once again, it brings that person back to looking in the mirror and looking at themselves. And nobody wants to look at themselves and say that I'm the reason why I am in the place that I'm in.
Mm.
Plain and simple. That's what it is in a nutshell. There's no outside, nothing else about it. A person will have to be forced to look at themselves. And nobody wants to look at themselves and blame themselves for their situation.
Mm. And that's it in a nutshell.
That's it in a nutshell.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give you something on that one right there. Yeah, you deserve that one.
Why, thank you so much.
You deserve that one. You dropped it.